The Commander, NDLEA, Kogi State Command, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Electronic Media, Mrs. Billy Ngu, the Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Public Relations, Honorable Elvis Olusegun, the Acting Permanent Secretary, all the top directors of the ministry, and also the top officers of the NDLEA are present. We are here on an advocacy visit as a ministry to be able to carry the message against drug abuse to the good people of Kogi State. As an administration, we are committed to fighting insecurity, to fighting crimes and criminality. And we know that at the root of criminality is the issue of drug abuse. So it is our core mandate as a ministry to sensitize, inform, and enlighten our people on the dangers inherent in abusing drugs in our society. We are prepared and committed to collaborate with NDLEA to be able to achieve this core mandate. Apart from the issue of crime, we know that a good number of our youth, their futures have been wasted away as a result of drug abuse. We want to work with you to be able to restore their future, to be able to prevent others from thinking that there is any gain in drug abuse. So that is the main reason we are here today, to form that very strong partnership, a chemistry that will work to save our youth, to save our society from the dangers of drug abuse. Thank you and God bless you. Let me also, on behalf of the state government, commend the NDLEA Kogi State Command for the good job you are doing. We are monitoring the news, how effective the command has been, despite all the challenges that you are facing. And we know that with this visit, we'll be able to set a very good pathway to working together as partners to correct the societal ills that are caused by drug abuse. So I commend the commander and the command as a whole. Thank you very much.
The MC is missing. The MC permit me to take the floor. Yes. The Honorable Commissioner, sir. Special assistance to His Excellency the Executive Governor here present. Directors in the Ministry of Information, Kogi State, other very senior officers of the ministry here, my colleagues in service, the deputy commanders and other very senior officers here present, I say a very good morning to you all. The Honorable Commissioner, sir, I want to tell you that the command is very happy. We are very pleased to receive you today and to tell you that I reported here February this year as a commander. And since I reported here, I think this is the only ministry in the state that deems it necessary to visit us officially. So I want to thank you very much for finding worthy to visit us. The NDLEA is the only agency in the Federation that is charged with the responsibility of fighting drug and drug menace. In Kogi State, the NDLEA has 4 formations. We have area office in Kaba. We have an area office in Ampa, Ida, and Ajapta. We have a very effective and efficient patrol team located around Okene, Lokoja Highway. The NDLEA prosecutes its cases. If we make arrests, we do our investigation and we go to court and we prosecute our own cases. But there is this erroneous understanding. Of course, that is the one that people often hear of, that NDLEA is arrest and prosecution. But amongst my principal officers is a lady, a very senior officer, who is in charge of a department, a unit that is called Drug Demand Reduction. What do you mean? This is a unit, it's a whole directorate of the agency, that if we found somebody who has drug problem and he agrees he has drug problem, he can either report himself for assistance or his parents, if he's a child, can bring him for rehabilitation. Or at our own instance, when we make arrest and we found that you have drug problem and you really need help, we can assist you with your consent. We also embark on sensitization. Sensitization at marketplaces, sensitization in schools, sensitization in other public places. And from time to time, we engage religious leaders, community leaders, to help us in these sensitization exercises. So, that is why this synergy with the Ministry of Information in the state becomes very, I repeat, very, very important. Now, I say this because at the federal level, it is Ministry of Culture, Ministry of Information and Culture. And what is culture? What is culture? Culture is your religion, your traditions, your market, your economy. All this comes together to form what is called culture. Now, I don't know, at the state level, especially if the ministry also, if the cultural part of the Kogi community is also in your purview. That is why I find it very paramount that we establish this synergy. I'm very happy when the commissioner said drug is the catalyst for which most vices are committed. Wherever you see drug, you will see crime. Wherever you see crime, you see drug. That is why all of us must come together. The fight against drug abuse and drug menace should not be left in the hand of government alone. Should not be left in the hand of the agency alone. All of us must come together. As parents, we have a social contract with our children, with God that created us, to train our children. When you train your child to desist from God, you are not just helping your family, you are helping the society in general. Because like I said, this banditry that we hear today, this kidnapping, cultism, is not done with clear eye. People who engage, you find that they are under one substance or another. Of recent, NAFDAC was in the campaign against what is called Kuskura. I don't know if you have heard that one. One of the problems that we have, and that is why parents are the first institution, the first agency, the first police to the children. Because the substances that we are talking about may not necessarily be cocaine, heroin, and cannabis. There are other substances that are unconventional. It is only the user that identifies what would give him the high that he requires. So that is why I say the parents must also be the first police, the first agency, the first religious leader, the first person to monitor and train his child. We often go out in schools. The lady who is in charge, I think even today you have a place to go. She was out yesterday, almost every day. Probably with your visit honorable. We may require, so that the state will understand what we are doing the more, we may require a synergy. That if there is a state radio or state television, that we can form a synergy when we are out there. That your crew, I can see there are so many reporting, I don't know what you call all these people who are putting lens on my eyes, those who are writing. But some of them can come with us. We will give you notice so that you join us to the outreach will be, what does NTA say? You can be the reach. So that the reach will be unbeatable. The reach for what NDLEA is doing in the state will be unbeatable. I want to create the indulgence of the Honorable Commissioner so that this synergy is established. This cooperation, you follow us, you see what we do. I remember I was in a forum where somebody leaned on me and said, what we are doing, we get to heaven. We're out there, we call a community, and we're talking to them on the dangers of drug abuse. I mean, sometimes you realize that it's not just the children. The parents themselves have a problem. That is why you also need to talk to the community. You need to talk to the community leaders. There are these drugs that we say they are socially acceptable. What are they? Beer, for example, alcohol. It's socially acceptable. But when you take it in excess, that is beyond what your brain can comprehend, the brain goes wild. One of our staff here was kidnapped some few years ago. When they were going to for rescue, of course we paid. Sorry, but we had to pay. Among those things that we paid is beer. They asked us to bring cartons of beer. And when we go to the jungle, the first thing they were demanding is, where is the beer we say you should bring? Are you following me? So, you underrate beer. You think it's not drunk. But what beer does, socially, and even to your body system. What is that disease that is called liver cirrhosis? I don't know the English very well. I used to call it liver resources. It's your resources, isn't it? So I call it liver resources. I don't know the English much. You buy a disease with your own money. Honorable Commissioner, I don't know who you are. Maybe I can go talking till tomorrow. I was a teacher before, so you understand why I can talk like this. And I will not be tired. Because it's part of the mandate to talk. It's part of what we do. To sensitize. I'm very passionate. So you must understand the danger of drug abuse. Talk to your parents, talk to your wards, talk to your colleagues in office. Drug is no good. Drug is no good. If you think it doesn't affect you, it's my neighbor. Don't worry. When the police come to your house, call armed robber to rescue. Or when armed robber come to your house, call police. You don't understand what I mean. Honorable Commissioner, thank you so very much for coming. Like I said, it is really heartwarming. It's really heartwarming. The whole ministry is here to visit us. I really appreciate it. We are very grateful. And please, when you have opportunity to see His Excellency today, tomorrow, or any other day, tell him that NDLEA is very grateful for his support. Tell him that you are here and that we appreciated him. We appreciate the support that he's giving us and that we're doing our best. And we continue to do our best for the citizens of Kogi State and Nigeria, but to the society as a whole. What we do is for the sake of humanity. Thank you very much, gentlemen.